Welcome back to your daily pre-market brief for Monday, June 22nd. Last trading session recap. The primary drivers during the last trading session on Thursday, June 18th, were a mix of major geopolitical relief and central bank shockwaves. Globally, markets reacted to the monumental news that the US and Iran signed a peace agreement, effectively reopening the Strait of Hormuz to oil tankers and sending crude prices higher. However, the domestic focus was entirely on newly appointed Fed Chair Kevin Warsh's first FOMC press conference. While the Fed held the benchmark rate steady, a hawkish shift in the dot plots, with half of the officials now projecting interest rate hikes by the end of the year, sent two-year Treasury yields spiking. Despite the interest rate fears, the AI infrastructure boom continued to pull the broader tech sector higher, highlighted by a massive surge in Intel, following the announcement that the semiconductor giant will manufacture chips for Apple domestically. The indices, commodities, and general market mood. The S&P 500 index closed at 7,501, up 1.1%. The Nasdaq Composite Index jumped to 26,518, up 1.9%. The Dow Jones Industrial Average finished at 51,565, up 0.1%. Looking at commodities, gold fell to 4,224, down 3.1%. Brent crude rose to 80, up 3.3%. Bitcoin dropped to 62,869, down 2.2%. The 10-year Treasury yield eased slightly to 4.45%, down 0.3%. The VIX Volatility Index plunged to 16.40, down 11.1%. Collectively, these numbers show a market embracing a risk-on attitude, heavily driven by the technology sector and geopolitical relief. The sharp drop in the VIX indicates that investors are shaking off the hawkish Federal Reserve commentary and betting on continued corporate growth. Top 5 gainers and losers, filtering out the penny stocks trading under $5. Top 5% gainers. BFLY Butterfly Network Inc. surged 56% to 8.9. The healthcare technology company skyrocketed following positive regulatory momentum for their next-generation portable ultrasound device. HQ Horizon Quantum Holdings Limited jumped 36% to 32.0. The tech firm rallied aggressively after securing a massive new commercial contract for their quantum computing infrastructure. MFIMF International Limited climbed 26% to 9.9. The financial technology provider saw massive buying volume following an unexpected earnings beat and raised forward guidance. Outset Medical Inc. rose 26% to 5.1. The medical technology company advanced on news of a strategic partnership to expand their dialysis distribution network. Exozymes Inc. gained 24% to 7.8. The biotech firm moved higher after reporting positive late-stage trial data for their lead enzyme therapy. Top 5% losers. NVCR Novocure Limited dropped 20% to 14.3. The oncology company plummeted after an unexpected delay in their FDA review process for a key cancer treatment device. RGC Regencell Bioscience Holdings Limited fell 19% to 12.0. The bioscience firm saw heavy selling pressure following a disappointing quarterly update on their clinical pipeline. ACN Accenture plc slid 18% to 128.0. The global consulting giant sank after announcing a massive $4.2 billion acquisition strategy that spooked investors. LEGN Legend Biotech Corp decreased 17% to 27.9. The biotech company retreated after a prominent analyst downgraded the stock citing valuation concerns. BRB Partners SA American Depository shares fell 16% to 11.5. The finance firm dropped sharply on broader macroeconomic fears affecting emerging market banking sectors. Top 5 institutional whale trades. FRMI 12.5. Call. Expiring in 11 days, had a volume of 35,186, with an open interest of 2, giving a ratio of 17,593 times. AAPL 165.0 put expiring in 5 days had a volume of 10,000 with an open interest of 1, giving a ratio of 10,000 times. ONDS 3.0 put expiring in 26 days had a volume of 6,085 with an open interest of 1, giving a ratio of 6,085 times. IBIT 31.5 put expiring in 8 days had a volume of 10,352 with an open interest of 2, giving a ratio of 5,176 times. EF a 93.0 put expiring in 61 days had a volume of 20,255 with an open interest of 4, giving a ratio of 5,063.75 times. These specific trades indicate massive institutional positioning completely out of nowhere. Our scanner flags daily volume that massively exceeds existing open interest to filter out retail noise and expose immediate aggressive institutional positioning. When we see ratios in the thousands, it means whales are making highly convicted bets on specific price levels and timeframes. Next trading session preview. Following the extended 3-day weekend for the Juneteenth holiday, this week's trading sessions will be heavily dictated by inflation data and Fed speak as the market digests the central bank's hawkish pivot. The most critical macroeconomic data drop arrives on Thursday with the release of the May PCE deflator, which is the Fed's preferred inflation gauge, alongside the final first quarter GDP numbers and weekly jobless claims. Traders will also be listening closely to scheduled speeches from several Federal Reserve officials on Friday to gauge exactly how aggressive the committee plans to be. Geopolitically, energy markets will remain highly sensitive as investors monitor the stability of the new peace agreement in the Middle East. There are no shortened sessions or market holidays scheduled for this week. Next session earnings schedule. The corporate earnings schedule for this morning includes reports from Fervo Energy and Outdoor Holding Company. Investors will be closely watching Fervo Energy for updates on their geothermal scalability, given the 6.81% implied move. Meanwhile, Outdoor Holding Company enters the session with a 4.36% implied move as the market evaluates their recent inventory turnover metrics. That covers your market brief for today. If you found this breakdown helpful, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's pre-market briefing. Trade safe, manage your risk, and I'll see you in the next one.